So one of the things that I do before I go on a date is go for a run on my treadmill. Just kidding. My service dog needs to get his exercise, and if you haven't watched any of my videos before, this is really important for all dogs, but especially for service dogs because they are working and they need to be able to focus. And when a dog's needs aren't met, it's really hard for them to actually work. And so me giving him exercise is me meeting one of his needs and saying, hey, I'm giving this to you because I'm gonna need your help. So I wanna make sure you have what you need to help me. So I have him run for 30 minutes at 3 miles an hour on my treadmill. And I slowly warm him up. That's why you hear the beeping. and once he is, whoa, I lost my balance. Once he is done, he'll come off and he will have a little bit of a rest. So you see I have that cord on him. That is the safety cord. So if he trips and stumbles or something, it's going to stop the treadmill right away. I'm gonna get my dog and Leilani, Dash and Leilani, out of their crates because I put them in their crates. I've got my parents' puppy with me. So we're headed in the crate. Let's go in your crate, honey. Let's go in your crate. Good girl. And I'm gonna start getting ready. I'm actually gonna put my top on. I wanna make sure that my pants are dry. And I'm gonna start getting my hair ready, even though my date is not for 3 hours, a little over 3 hours, but I'm gonna be leaving early. I'm gonna arrive early. So I just wanna make sure I have ample time to rest after I'm ready. So here are my jeans. They are really wet. You can actually see they're lighter up here because they're drying down. Down, Leilani. There's the puppy. So I'm going to put these into the dryer for just a little bit. I guess it takes a lot longer for them to dry.
Taking my sweet time, feels right. Living in the moment, yeah. 'Cause I know where I'm.
So I was going to start doing my hair, but she has got tons of energy. So we're going to go outside for a little bit because of that and get some energy out. Here, get your ball, Lovey. Hey, girlfriend, look. She likes to carry it around. I have a mild migraine, and when I drove to my parents' house to get some more food for Leilani, I felt that migraine get worse. I actually watered some of their plants, and so I thought, you know what, I'm going to pre-treat my migraine. So I think we'll do that right now. She has gotten a little bit of energy out. And this is part of having chronic health issues where you have to think of things ahead of time. I normally would not take medication on days like this where I have a milder migraine because I can only take so many medication days a week. And I would consider this to probably be a better day, but it's something that I have to really be concerned about and take care of myself and make sure that if I want to be a part of this date, I want to be at my best. So I'm going to take some medication. Okay, this is my med bag. You might have seen it in another video where my service dog gets my med bag, but I don't have the meds in here that I want to take. So I'm going to take some Nurtec because sometimes the other medication I take for migraine acutely is called Frova, and this is the generic Frovatriptan, but sometimes that makes me sleepy, and I'm driving, so I really don't want to feel sleepy. This really doesn't usually, so it's one of those that you peel it open. This is a medication for acute migraines that I take to help stop a migraine acutely. It doesn't prevent a migraine from happening, but it stops one. Although they do say now this medication was FDA approved to prevent people with episodic migraine, meaning 14 or fewer migraine days a month. So this is an oral dissolvable, I don't take it with medication. I'm going to take some ibuprofen because a lot of times my migraines are really associated with inflammation, and migraines in general are inflammation around the nerve is usually what triggers or affects migraine. Hi. And so this helps to help me get through it. That is done. We're gonna go do my hair. So here is the top that I'm wearing. Ta-da! I'm gonna put that on in a second. And getting out my curling iron because that's what we're doing today. Some hairspray, some thermal protector for my hair, a glove because this thing gets hot. All right, and then of course I need to do my teeth, my toothbrush, my water pick. I'm gonna pick out some jewelry, and then my makeup, which is kind of, this area has not been organized yet, but this is my makeup bin. This is my makeup mirror. You can tell it's a little bit, it has a light, so you can see yourself a little bit better than, it has a dimmer, so it's not super bright. Water, important, stay hydrated. Gotta be looking fresh with the fresh water. All my skincare products there. All right, so I'm going to change NS now. So there it is. Here's my top. Got my little peekaboo sleeve. I'm going to check my pants right now. Leilani is laying on the floor. So another thing that I take advantage of, so the plumbing is enclosed, but this is made so that a wheelchair can go up underneath it. But I have a chair. Today I don't need a wheelchair, but it's really nice so that I can actually brush my teeth sitting down, because if this were built out the correct way, I wouldn't be able to get my legs underneath. But it's really nice to be able to brush my teeth. And while this isn't perfect, it's better than what it would have been, which would have been sticking out. So it's nice to be able to do my hair and everything like that. So I just texted my date and I said, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you in a few hours, because we hadn't texted today at all. And, you know, I just wanted to make sure we were still on the same page here. And he said, me too, I'm excited. So that actually felt kind of good to know he's excited. I'm not going to say too much about this guy because that's just something that I want to keep private and personal. But I can talk more about like dating and like how I've gone about it as a person with like just in general, but also a person with disability and chronic illness. If you're interested, I think dating in general nowadays is so much harder than I remember it. Although I think that there are a lot more options than there used to be, it's a very hard place to navigate. I've said this for a long time, like my ideal place to meet somebody would just be in person at church, because they've already seen that I have a disability and I have my dog. You know, I think that there's a lot I didn't know going into dating when I was in my 20s and, you know, found the person that I ended up getting married to. I was just I knew what I could know, but there was a lot that I didn't know and wish I had known. And so, you know, now I have a better idea. Like I actually know what I'm looking for, and I actually know how to tell if somebody has what I'm looking for, which I don't think I really understood that in the past. I realized that I need to be me, and I need to just be confident in being myself and not really care or be concerned about whether or not they like me, because if they don't like me, then that just means that we're not for each other, and that there's somebody else out there that is for him and there's somebody else out there for me. My divorce has been final for 1.5 years now, and my marriage has been over for 3 years. So I've had a lot of time to, you know, process it and grieve it and learn from it. And I think that's a really important part of divorce, is not just moving on really fast, but realizing, you know, what did you do wrong? What did you do right? What mistakes did you make? What things do you want to do differently? And, actually heal from whatever was broken. The pandemic definitely affected my ability to date. Yeah, I talked to men. I talked to one man on the phone for a month. It was really, really hard to get together because of COVID, because my doctor put restrictions and said if I wanted to go on a date with somebody that he had to get tested at least. And I would be fine getting tested too, although I wasn't going in public like the guy I was talking to was. And so it just made it really hard and complicated and not easy to just like run out somewhere and go to coffee and meet him. And because we would have to get tested before, and it just made it harder. I'm tired. That's the other thing, is I have to be aware of the fact that I'm not used to sitting up in a chair, so I don't want to hurt myself like in this way, like exhaust myself sitting up in a chair, so I can't sit up in a chair as long as I want to with this guy. I'm going to be very aware of my posture so that I am not taxing my abs on this date. All right, I'm going to finish getting ready, and I will see you all on the flip side. I'm going to finish getting ready, and I will see you all on the flip side. Dude, I'm going to finish getting ready, and I will see you all on the flip side. Haha, yeah.
I'm just having a good time, having a bad day, yeah. A real good morning.